All right, for the file with the Rapid Locksmith shoe repair, double click on it and let's take a look. But first, let's go to this bar over here. And we're going to go to the first, second, third set, first one. And you can see that this image was previously cropped. So I'm going to hold down on the crop tool, move down and hit clear crop. And then I'm going to go over to my basic window, hold this down and hit reset camera raw defaults. Now I know it's all ready for me to go. Okay. What's wrong with this image? Got a bit of a distortion to it. Okay. The white balance isn't great and it's also really distorted. The building was not curved like this. So let's try, this is a JPEG, so I only have 3 presets. If I do auto, it gets really yellow. Let's go back to as shot. I'm going to select my white balance tool and click on this wall because I think this wall will be neutral. It, however, is still really yellow. Oh, what can I do? You can click around and then you can take the yellow slider for the temperature and move it down a little to get rid of some of the excessive yellow. And if you want to see how it looks, hit P, the letter P, for before and after. I'm also going to subtract a little bit of magenta as I feel it went too magenta. All right, talk me through the exposure. Drag it to the right to increase. I'm going to leave that alone. Highlights. Now I'm having these highlight clipping warnings. That is the red. If I want to turn that off, I can go up to the histogram, check here. Remember when I said that you will always have some, if there's specular highlights like this is never going to be, you're never going to be able to get that in. There's no pixel information there. When I hover over that image area, if you look at the RGB right here, it's almost 255, 255, 255, which is pure white. Okay? So I'm going to leave that. Shadows, I can open up the shadows by dragging the slider to the right. Or if I'd like a little more density in the shadows, I can drag it to the left. I can increase the value of the white. Again, when I drag it to the right, I am affecting this part of the histogram. A little bit. And then black, I'm going to want to be careful I don't get too many of the blue warnings. That means that that will be pure black. So I'm going to kind of stay neutral with that. I can add a little bit of clarity. I'm not going to add too much clarity because I want to show you what I might do instead. Let me leave that at 0. I'm going to Command plus and zoom in. Now this was taken on a phone pretty much in the dark. So can you see the noise? Can you see all the visual noise? We can fix that. This is the basic tone detail. So in the detail, which is the 3rd tab over, you can see the option for noise reduction. If you zoom in 100 or 200% and you look, say, at the yellow, there are 2 kinds of noise. There's luminance noise, which is black and white, which we have here, and there's color noise. And if we had color noise, which we do probably in some spots a little bit down at the bottom, oops, you can see that the red, green, and blue pixels are color noise. The black and white pixels that, in the noise areas are luminance noise. So I can drag this luminance setting to the right and look what a change it makes. It just gets rid of that noise. Now, if I want more detail, I can drag the luminance detail to the right. If I want more contrast, I can drag the luminance contrast to the right. If I need to get rid of a little bit of color noise, I can drag this color to the right. If I zoom back out, it is a lot less noisy. Now, we should straighten it, yeah? Straighten it and try and get rid of this kind of curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th over is your lens corrections. Now, if you use a camera, you can hit Enable Lens Profile, and it may find the lens. In this case, because it was shot on like an iPhone from like 5 years ago, it's not going to be able to find the lens profile. I can, however, give it a good guess. And you can see, watch the presets and how they change the image. If I go to the Apple 3G, kind of sucks the middle in there. If I go to the 3GS, it kind of adjusts the corners. And if I go to the 4 back camera, it kind of bulges the center out. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to the manual. You can drag this to the left, drag it to the right. And dragging it to the right is getting rid of some of that. It looks like it's like rounding like a barrel. Vertical. Horizontal. And let's rotate this a little bit. Not too much. We're never going to get the top straight without having give up a little bit for the car. And then I'm going to increase the scale a little so I don't have to deal with that. Okay? All right. And if we rotate it, there we go. So what we're trying to do is establish the top as being straight. This was on a hill, so that's why we're kind of I shot it very close. I was standing right outside of it. So I'm close to it, which is why we're getting the distortion from the camera phone, but also it's on a hill, right? So you can play with these until you get the top straight. You have the option of also going back up to the crop tool and selecting the tool next to it, the straighten tool. And just like in Photoshop, drawing the line that you would like to now be straight. In this case, though, it's going to say, okay, I can do this. I can only give you this much information because I don't have enough information over here. Nope, it's doing that because it can't straighten this and there's not enough information over here because this is lower. So try one more time. And I can see if I can pull this out at all, but I can't because I've got that information there. So I'm going to hit Escape or Clear Crop. And I'm not going to approach it that way. I'm going to just use lens corrections to get the best results I can get. Whoa. All right, any questions about this? So with this one, you're going to do the basic adjustments and then also play with the lens corrections. And if you want to crop it when you're all done, you can. Just grab the crop, set it at a 4:3. You can bring it up a little bit and bring it down a little bit. And then hit return. And it is a little distracting on the top there. Let's try rotating it just a little more. There you go. I feel pretty good about that. And when you're done, hit done. Okay.